AITA for describing my boyfriend as a simple man when I introduced him to a bunch of people. I'm 27F, a young professional working a high-paying job in the tech field. I live with my BF, 25M, who's a plumber. In terms of personality, we mesh surprisingly well, so his educational background and career never mattered to me. Anyway, I regularly attend events hosted in the industry and went to one last week. This one was a semi-formal networking evening and I brought my BF along. He was nervous about going, but I assured him that he had nothing to worry about. Fast forward to the event. We split up as I wanted to do my own thing and give him some breathing room too. At one point I started chatting with a girl and we were talking about our experience at the event. So far, she said that she enjoyed it but asked me if I had come across the intimidating-looking guy too. She laughed that he must have gotten lost, and I immediately knew she was talking about my BF. I cleared it up for her and she apologized profusely, but it was still awkward. I told my BF about this and he got upset, even though I told him that it's not a him problem at all. But he should lighten up a little. Well, afterwards I spoke with a guy who used to work at a startup with a friend of mine. He took us up to the 3rd floor and introduced us to a bunch of people. I told them a bit about myself and eventually someone asked my BF what he does. He told them about his job and there was an uncomfortable silence. I joked that he's a simple man, which is why I'm with him. There was laughter and the situation seemed less tense. Well, when we left the event we had a big argument. He said that it was insulting of me to describe him as simple and that I was clearly embarrassed to be associated with him at all. He said that I had straight up mocked him in front of everyone to make myself feel better. I told him that he was way overreacting and that I did not mean simple in a derogatory way. Am I the asshole for using that word to describe him, or is he overreacting? YTA, the whole post is dripping snobbish insecurity. You tried to feel bigger by belittling your BF. Disgusting. YTA, condescending, humiliating, embarrassing, and belittling are just a few of the words. Edit. You and your coworkers seem to have a superior attitude. EDIT2, you're going to get skewered here. EDIT3, fixed typo. YTA, super condescending. Being in trade isn't less worthy than your career. YTA, you did exactly what he described. You put him down to make yourself feel superior in a room full of white-collar chads and brads. Your first paragraph is disgusting. You're obviously full of yourself and think your boyfriend is lucky just to be graced by your presence. Jesus. Get off your high horse. Mesh surprisingly well. Do you respect this guy at all? YTA. YTA, you made fun of him and basically called him stupid in a room full of people he didn't know. I don't know how you could possibly think you weren't a major awe in this situation. YTA. I don't know why you would bring your boyfriend who works in the trades to a boring white-collar networking event to begin with. And I don't understand why you would talk about him in a way that comes off as so disrespectful and demeaning. The way you talk about him also gives the impression that you don't appreciate or understand the value of trade jobs and think of them as less than professional jobs. Maybe that wasn't your intention, but it's the impression you give. If I were you, I would apologize to my boyfriend, work on recognizing the value of blue-collar jobs, and not drag my boyfriend along to any more networking events. YTA, imagine if he described you as his pretentious girlfriend when introducing you. YTA is a blue-collar worker that hits pretty deep. I told him that he was waay overreacting and that I did not mean simple in a derogatory way. So how did you mean it? Explain it to us. Because from here it looks like you and all your ilk are gutter quality people. Your boyfriend will well be rid of you. YTA. YTA. You call someone simple when they enjoy life's small pleasures or are a fun, go with the flow personality. You don't call them simple in regards to their career, as it makes it sound like you look down on their career choice. We need plumbers. And like it is somehow lesser than your choices. You could have complimented or bolstered his career in front of your peers, but you chose to be mocking even if that wasn't your intention. Breakup coming up in 6 months or less. Us blue-collar workers make your delusional white-collar world function. The next time your toilet won't flush, fix it yourself. The next time your hot water don't work, fix it yourself. The next time the sewage flow come up through your bathtub, sink, toilet, fix it yourself. I hope he leaves you quickly, and he will. Blue-collar men make an easy 80K plus a year. As for me, I have to stop working when I hit 150K a year. Union electrician also. I'm a woman working a high-paying job on the tech field. A little later in life, but similar to you. For the first time in my life, hired a small company to come out and do a project, adding a patio to my backyard. I work from home in my PJ pants, pushing pixels around and pretend to know what I'm doing. These guys who worked on the project were outside in cold wind, walking back and forth from their trailer to our backyard, hauling heavy things and getting messy. While doing it, no stopping to watch a TikTok with their coworkers. No sitting in an hour meeting sipping coffee while listening to someone talk. They probably work exponentially harder than you and me doing stuff you'd never want to do. I grew up with a blue-collar dad, but it took me until my mid-40s to really understand how disrespectful it is that a lot of people like you have a hierarchy of who is better based on their job or profession. I've met monstrously rude brand directors who make me cry, and super amazing kind people who make 1/10 of the jerk's salary. It seems like you felt self-conscious that your image-focused work pals called out your boyfriend. So you had a slip of tongue at his expense in front of a bunch of people. Please don't gaslight him into thinking he's being upset for no reason. You owe him an apology. Maybe you can shadow him for a day at work and see how hard he works. As a fellow tech industry professional, there are idiots with big egos in tech, just like there are super smart people who work in a trade. I think you need to do some self-reflection to understand your own unconscious bias. YTA. He told them about his job and there was an uncomfortable silence. So are they. I'm 27F. A young professional working a high-paying job in the tech field. Wow. Do a lot of people ask you for selfies and autographs? Info. What did you mean with simple? Info. Are you aware that simple is often used as a synonym for stupid when applied to people? YTA. There was an uncomfortable silence, which you and him both know it's because of his job you chose to double down and make a joke at his expense. Of course, YTA. For starters, a plumber is not a simple man. Definitely a more useful skill than whatever startups your snobbish colleagues are involved in. You already noticed other guests were treating him like he didn't belong. Why would you allow them to make your boyfriend feel lesser and then join in on the ridicule? If I was in your boyfriend's shoes, I would have dumped you. Your BF was nervous about going to the event, and you decide to ditch him as soon as you get there. You tell him all about how scary he looks to the women at the event. Then you insult his intelligence to a room full of your friends. Yeah, YTA. For a lot of reasons.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.